My wife mocked my stupid hobby of restoring old cars until one sold for $1.4 million. When I married Claire, I thought she loved me for my passion. Turns out she just loved the idea of success. I've been restoring old cars since I was 16. There's something peaceful about taking something broken, rusted, forgotten, and giving it a heartbeat again. But Claire never saw it that way. To her, my weekends spent in the garage were a waste of time, my hands smelled like grease instead of money, and my dreams didn't come with a salary big enough to brag about at her friends' brunches. For years, I listened to her jabs. You and your stupid cars. When will you grow up? Why can't you be more like Ryan's husband? He's a lawyer. I stayed quiet because love, I thought, was about patience. I thought if I just worked harder, if I just made her see the value in what I did, she'd finally respect me. But respect doesn't grow where someone secretly despises your joy. 2 years ago, after one particularly cruel fight, where she said I'd never amount to anything but an old man covered in oil, she packed a bag and left. Said she needed someone on her level. I let her go. It hurt, but in the silence that followed, something beautiful happened. I got back to work. I threw every ounce of pain, anger, and heartbreak into the metal and bolts of a 1967 Shelby GT500 I'd been too distracted to finish. Night after night, I sanded, welded, polished, until the car gleamed like revenge under the fluorescent lights. During that time, I met someone. Lena. She was a mechanic, the kind who didn't flinch at dirty hands or late nights. We started as friends, then partners, then something deeper. She didn't mock my passion. She matched it. When I doubted myself, she reminded me why I started. And together, we brought that Shelby to life. We entered it into a private auction, just for fun. Neither of us expected what happened next. A collector from California offered $1.4 million for it. I remember standing there staring at the number on the check, my hands still shaking with grease and disbelief. For the first time, I felt seen. Not as a failure or a fool, but as a man who built something worth more than every insult I'd ever swallowed. The story went mildly viral. Local mechanic's passion project sells for over $1 million. It was enough to make old neighbors talk, and apparently enough for Claire to come crawling back. She called out of the blue, her voice soft, familiar, rehearsed. Hey, I saw your story. I always knew you'd make it. I almost laughed. The same woman who once said my garage smelled like failure now wanted to reconnect. She said she missed me, that she'd been confused, that maybe we could start fresh. I agreed to meet her, not because I wanted her back, but because I wanted closure. I told her to come by the workshop, said I had something to show her. When she arrived, she looked the same, expensive dress, perfume strong enough to hide the rot of regret. Her smile froze when she saw the Shelby sitting under the spotlight. She walked around it slowly, fingertips grazing the perfect paint job she once mocked. It's beautiful, she whispered. You really did it. I just nodded. Yeah, I said. We did. That's when Lena walked out from behind the car, wiping her hands on a rag, that same confident smirk she always had. Claire's face changed, a mix of jealousy, realization, and something like rage disguised as shock. I didn't need to explain. The silence said everything. This is Lena, I said finally. She helped me build what you said was a waste of time. Claire opened her mouth, but nothing came out. I could see the exact moment she realized she hadn't just lost a husband, she'd lost the version of him she could control. You said you wanted to reconnect, I added. Well, this is what I've been connected to. I gestured at the car, at Lena, at the piece in that garage. Claire tried to smile, but her voice cracked. You've changed, she said. I looked her in the eye and replied, no, I just stopped letting you convince me I wasn't enough. She left not long after, walking out into the night, her heels clicking on the pavement like punctuation marks to the end of a long, painful chapter. When she was gone, Lena slipped her arm through mine. We stood there in the glow of that Shelby, the air filled with the scent of engine oil and victory. I realized something then. Love isn't about who claps when you succeed. It's about who believes in you when there's nothing to clap for. Claire taught me what doubt feels like. Lena reminded me what partnership means. And as that $1 million car gleamed behind us, I finally understood. The value of what you build isn't measured in dollars. It's measured in the peace of knowing you did it your way.